leg. 2 good games, Champions League knockout stages always deliver.
Yeah, and we've got goals.
And they're not even the second legs.
Yeah, exactly. And what's good about it is that the 2 second legs have still got a bit to play for.
Lots to play for.
Yeah, you hate to go into the second leg and it's like a 3 or 4-0. Yeah. We're going to be going to Anfield and hopefully with something to do.
Yeah, I think we'll quite enjoy that night, and they'll have a real go. They've got to have more of a go than that, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, at half-time, 2-0, you are really worrying. I think Jurgen Klopp would probably have taken 3-1 at half-time.
Oh, unquestionably, I would say.
It gives them a chance.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the Salah goal that has given them that vital away goal. We discussed them playing through the lines and playing quickly.
Yeah, and it's that man again, isn't it? Mo Salah. How many times has he come to Liverpool's rescue with big goals? But Liverpool play really well, as you say, through the lines, direct play along the floor, fast. Jota was great little dummy there. Just falls to Salah. His touch isn't great. It bobbles back between his legs a little bit, but he manages to just prod it home. And that, straight early on in the second half, you think, right then, come on, Liverpool,
just
start the game on.
onside.
And yeah, exactly. They took a lot of time actually to come to that decision, but they got there in the end, which is the main thing.
I think the big part of that goal is the speed with which they played through the lines. The first half was slow and it was just cumbersome. There you saw there was an injection in pace in the game, and that's what we talked about before. Can Madrid live with that kind of pace when they play quick? They couldn't for that instance, but they couldn't maintain it.
Yeah, that was the only shot that Liverpool had on target against a team missing their 2 key central defenders.
Yeah, I mean,
Varane and Ramos.
Just not good enough, was it? It was. I don't know what was happening there. There was a lack of cutting edge. I think it was the only moment really in the match where, as Rio said, they injected a little bit of pace into it, and you felt that they were going to create, and it just wasn't anywhere near enough of it. No,
Vinicius certainly was his night, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's sort of... You watch him sometimes, don't you? Think, wow, what a player. But then sometimes you think he goes missing a lot of that. He is young.
His finishing has been poor in the games that I've seen, a lot of them, but it certainly wasn't this evening.
It wasn't this evening. He was a constant thorn, wasn't he? And obviously, Trent's best attribute is going forward. He's a brilliant passer of the ball. Showed on occasions tonight how good he is. But on this side, he got a little bit of joy. I mean, I felt this was almost a knock-on effect. I mean, Rio, you'll know better, but everyone seemed sort of half a yard short from this moment to then Fabinho and then in the middle.
And everyone's static. You've got one player in the box there against 4 Liverpool red shirts. He runs off of Trent there. Trent's got to go over in there. In the box, you've got to stay, or at least you've got to scream to your centre-back partner, man on. I don't think he does either. And then I don't think Nat Phillips can react in that short space of time. And it's a
goalkeeper,
maybe the keeper, but it's a decent finish. I mean, he's only had 4 goals before this game, Vinicius, and today he gets 2, and he looked a real player.
He certainly did. Damage was done early on, though, wasn't it? I think you've had a look at the goals in the first half.
Yeah, and we talked about Madrid losing their 2 experienced centre-halves, but obviously the same has happened for Liverpool a little while back. And here, this is Toni Kroos, we all know what he's like when he gets the ball and how good he is. He gets the ball here, the ball's out of his feet. And what's he doing? He's scanning the pitch. Who's available, who's on. And once that happens, as a centre-half, you can't stand in a line like this.
We hear the phrase a lot, Rio, don't we? You cannot go forward when there's no pressure on the ball. Explain exactly why you can't do that as a defender. Yeah,
well, like I said to you there, Toni Kroos is the man on the ball. He's scanning the pitch. When he's got no pressure on the ball like this, there's nobody in front of him to get his head down. His head's up, he can see the whole pitch. Once that happens, and you know there's pace around you, for instance, as well. Benzema's quick enough. Vinicius, obviously, is very, very quick. As a centre-half, especially here, you've got to drop the opposite side of the ball. Drop off a little bit. If he just drops off maybe to around I'm not talking 10 yards, 5 yards, drop off. He then, at the moment, he can only see one person. Can he see? Benzema. That's the only person he can see. He can't see over his right shoulder, who is Vinicius, who is the man who gets in. And I'll slow it down here. The moment he looks, there he looks now, right? His body is facing which way? Phillips is facing this way. He's now got to turn 180 degrees to get round. the man running, Vinicius, is already on his bike to get in there. So in a foot race, the man turning can't get up to a pace to catch the man who's already facing that way.
You've got to drop early to give yourself the chance.
If you drop
Especially
early...
when there's no pressure, because when there's no pressure, they can pass the ball when it suits them.
Yeah, and if he drops early, the ball's now coming onto him rather than having to chase back. And you see here, and from this moment on, there's only one person winning, and then it's about instinct, the first touch, taking it across the defender, takes him out of the game completely. It's a beautiful finish. But these type of situations can be stopped at source. The second goal, again, we see it. I'll show you. They don't learn from that mistake. The two wide players, all game, were running inside and behind. Toni Kroos gets on the ball. What's he doing when he gets it? The player, the class that he is, scanning the pitch. The two wide players, there's one, there's the other. The only thought in their mind is here. Yeah. The two centre-backs, watch the two centre-backs in the middle of the pitch here. These two boys here.
Are you pretty sure Zidane's looked at the Liverpool team and gone straight direct balls over the top are on? Because that's not the way they normally play over there, is it?
And this is definitely a tactical thing that they've worked on. And watch the two centre-backs in this picture I've got highlighted there. They don't move. Their reaction, they stand up, they stand still when there's no pressure on the ball. And before you know it, sorry, let me just let it roll on. How is that possible that you look at the difference in the positions there, the back line? That's back to front. The two centre halves
should be behind.
Should be here, waiting for that ball to come over, and then you go onto the ball and you head that clear. And then obviously from here on in, this is about Trent Alexander-Arnold just getting it wrong, gets himself in the muddle, and he was punished, and it's a fantastic finish. But you can stop these type of things at source. Yes, they're young, inexperienced defenders, but they are fundamentals of a defender's makeup.
I don't know about you, Michael, because you're kind of similar to me in the way you played and you like to spin behind defenders.